Hi, today we are addressing the following question. How does Asprova handle an unplanned resource outage? What impact does this have on my production? Or can Asprova detect this and dynamically reschedule? We are still in the same example as in the video on material availability, only with a slightly different layout. Very briefly repeated, the following production represents an assembly of pistons and connecting rods. This simple one-step process consists of two sub-resources, the workers and the tools, and the main resource assembly line 2 or 1. In addition to the resource Gantt chart, the order and the @override calendar table are shown. At first glance, you will notice the red blocks in the resource Gantt chart. We will deal with them in a later video. Furthermore, we recognize hatched orders, gray bars, and a thicker black line. The line represents the current time. Accordingly, all orders to the left of the line are in the past and all orders to the right are still to come. The gray bar, on the other hand, represents that an order is already started. The cross-hatching represents the progress of an order. So, in summary, we can see that the order S005 and S006 are currently in production. Let's have a closer look at those two orders in the order table. In contrast to S006 is S005 a rush order with a higher priority. Keep this information in mind. Currently, there is no delay in production and therefore there is no lateness. We can see this graphically in the resource Gantt chart as well. But what happens to our orders as soon as one of our resources fails? Resource failures can be entered directly from the shop floor into Asprova or imported from different sources. For example, your MES, databases, or Excel. For the sake of this demonstration, I have prepared a small Excel file from which we will import the resource failures. As just mentioned, this does not have to be an Excel file, but can either be entered directly from the shop floor or imported from other sources. To successfully implement an unplanned resource outage, we only need three pieces of information, which are the resource, in our case the assembly line 2, the duration of the outage, 48 hours, and the resource quantity or capacity. In the case of failure, this is equal to 0. In the next step, we will import the failed resource. To do this, we switch back to Asprova. Navigate to the drop-down menu and select the appropriate command. You will immediately notice the red bars that have now appeared. We will get to this in a moment. Before that, let's discuss where we imported information and how exactly Asprova processes it. To do this, let's have a look at the override calendar table mentioned at the beginning. The table specifies the affected resource, that will be assembly line 2, the start time or the time of import, the expected end time of the outage, calculated from start time with the duration of the resource outage, and the capacity for this period, which would be 0. So, during the period of 8th of February to 10th of February, Asprova overrides the actual capacity of assembly line 2 and sets it to 0. Let's come back to the resource Gantt chart and the red bars. So, accordingly, the red bars indicate a capacity conflict, because the assembly line has failed during operation and is no longer available for the orders that have already been scheduled. For a reschedule to see the impact on our production, we change the color back and highlight the affected order. Now we'll reschedule. The assembly line 2 is no longer available until February 10th. Asprova has dynamically adjusted all orders to the available capacity and moved them on the timeline accordingly. Sales order S005 is currently delayed by more than 1 day. But sales order S005 is a rush order where delays need to be avoided. How exactly we can eliminate the delay and what options Asprova offers for this will be discussed in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this little video. For more information, feel free to watch our other videos or send us an email. We are more than happy to clarify your detailed questions with you personally. Thank you.